Welcome back. Today, we have another Thursday Night Football. We're in week 2. It's me and Luke. Luke, I hope you're not staring straight into the camera last time if you heard any of the comments. They said you were staring at their soul, so we're looking at it this time. But we do have a great game.
I saw the comments. I'm not doing that this week.
He is a little sick, so cut him some slack. He's a little sick. But we do have the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. This game is going to be a fun one, no matter how you slice it. Obviously, we have the Packers coming off a big win versus the Lions. We have the Commanders coming off not a big win, but a divisional win versus the Giants. You'll love to see both of those. Obviously, the Giants are a lot lesser of a victory than compared to the Lions, who honestly look disappointing. We'll get into all of that, getting into our slates. But first, before anything else, make sure you're taking the bets where we are, which is BetMGM. Use code BETS, B-E-T-S, to sign up, and you get $1,500 to place on any of these picks. Make sure you sign up, BETS, BetMGM. You can get plugged in with us. With that being said, let's head straight into it. Commanders, Washington, let's give the rundown first, right? Obviously, both these teams are 1-0. If I'm not mistaken, I'm looking at this the right way because sometimes I look at this the wrong way. It is in Green Bay. Lambeau Field in Green Bay, in Wisconsin. Thursday Night Football, a night game in Lambeau with the hype that they have with Micah Parsons. You got to feel good. They're obviously favored 3.5 here. Give me your initial impressions. Give me your initial thoughts on this game before we dive into like strictly player props on just kind of the overall feel you have, because I have some thoughts on this.
Yeah, I think the Packers defense looked insane last week. That's the one thing that I really took away from that game. Micah Parsons looked like a beast, and I think he's even getting more ramped up this week. I know he was sitting to start the game last week. Like, it's not very often that you don't see him in on first and second downs, so as he gets acclimated, they should be insane on defense going forward.
People are worried about the L5 or whatever, and they're like making a big deal about it. I truly don't think it's as big of a deal as like the media wants to make it. I think it's just like he has a little bit of a tweak in his back and he's figuring it out. But I think he's definitely like, you're right, he's going to play more in this. And like you said, the Packers defense looked stifling. And if he's playing more, I'd be worried, especially because the Commanders didn't look fantastic from an offensive line front. Like, honestly, I understand the Giants have we have yet to see. We've yet to really see. But the Giants look like they've one of the best D-lines in the league. Now, their offense sucks and can't complement it, but their D-line was fantastic, and they made the Commanders' offensive line have trouble. This Packers D-line looks very similar. The Packers D-line with Micah Parsons is phenomenal. And the defense in general looked phenomenal. So with that being said, my first pick and your first pick, as we discussed this together, we're both taking the Packers minus 3.5. I mean, this game feels great. We're getting it at minus 105 on BetMGM. It feels like good odds. And the Packers have everything of the momentum going their way. The Packers are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 home games, hitting at 80% clip there. Not only that, but the Packers in their last 12 games as the favorite are 10-2. So 83.3% right there. You feel good about these percentages. Plus, the Packers in a Thursday Night Football game. Jordan Love should light it up. He looked good. Matthew Golden, in the limited amount of touches he got, looked fantastic. I think this team is really going to click this year. And Jaden Reed, despite his foot issues coming out, supposedly was supposed to have a broken foot or whatever the hell, and he looked perfectly fine. Now, again, that could be some shots, but outside of that, I mean, this team looks fantastic.
I think last week against the Lions was a really convincing win for them. The Lions, I know they lost Ben Johnson and Frank Ragnow, but they were still projected to be a really high win total team, and they took care of them easily last week. Their offense looked amazing, like you said. Jaden Reed with the foot injuries still looked great. I expect them to get Matthew Golden acclimated a little bit more as the weeks go on, and I'm overall just super high on this Packers team. I know an earlier video in the offseason, you read off the list of quarterbacks that the Commanders had beat last year. Yeah. And you can add Russell Wilson to that list if that means anything. So I still think they're a tad fraudulent. I know it's tough to say that because they've had over a year sample size of being good, but I think the Packers can take care of them.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I read the list of just horrific names, and Russell Wilson didn't make that list look any better. It's also one thing with their secondary. I mean, you look at this Commanders team, their depth chart, their secondary. No one wows me on this team. First off, you Trey Amos starting at your one side of your corner. I understand he's a great prospect out of Ole Miss. He's a rookie, though, and you have a rookie going against one of the more experienced quarterbacks and now a more experienced wide receiver room outside of Golden. I feel like that could be a liability. I don't trust Sandstrom entirely as a nickel. especially going against the likes of Jaden Reed, who's very savvy, very good. Tucker Kraft, who's just a bitch to deal with because of his size. And Marshawn Lattimore, I think I will stamp on my life that he is dust. I've been commented. The Commanders are my most commented team on this damn channel, the most out of anybody. Every time I say anything about the Commanders, I get shit. But I will stamp on my life that Marshawn Lattimore is not good anymore. You look at any advanced analytic about him over the past 2.5 seasons, and they've just continuously gone down. I still think they're going to go down, and I think he could see some trouble today. And I don't think adding Von Miller was anything scary for me. So I really like this Packers team to match up well. Their D-line, obviously, they got rid of Jonathan Allen this year. I don't think that made them any better by getting rid of him. I think it was more just a cap move. So, yeah, I completely agree. Packers, I think, should have a really good game today. Staying with that, let's go into player props. I think Austin Ekeler against the Green Bay Packers defense, which looked phenomenal, is going to go under 20.5 rushing yards. I was thinking, and you can tell me which you might like better, I was thinking Austin Ekeler under longest rush as well. It's at 8.5. But with Jaden Daniels being back there, it could allow for some easier running lanes. But I think 20.5 as a total feels fantastic. Obviously, we have Bill taking some work now. He only saw 6 rush attempts in game 1. It's a 3-headed committee with even McNichols getting some work there. I project, again, it's just projection, him to only see about 5 or 6 carries again in this one. I think the Packers are going to kind of come out and score fast, that they're not going to have really time to chew clock here for the Commanders. So with the explosive offense of the Packers and the time that they can even consume themselves if they want to with Josh Jacobs, it's going to make it so there's going to be some pressure on the Commanders for sure. So I'm going to go under 20.5 rushing yards. They just stomped Jahmyr Gibbs. The first time in his career where he averaged 0 yards before contact. The first time ever in his Lions career. 0 yards before contact. This team looks tough. I think Austin Ekeler is a much worse runner than we saw last Sunday compared to anyone on the Lions. I'm taking his under 20.5.
Yeah, I like that as well. I actually played another angle to the game script thing you kind of alluded to, but I'll get into that a little bit later. I'm not even sure Cliff Kingsbury knows what this running back room is right now. It wouldn't surprise me if Chris Rodriguez just wasn't a healthy scratch on Thursday and just got 5 or 6 carries.
Yeah, no, it's nuts.
It's nuts. JCM only played 33% of snaps. I'm expecting the Commanders to be down in this game, so I think Ekeler will be on the field more. But like I said, if they're down, they'll probably be throwing the ball, which is exactly why I played.
And before we go any further, if you want to tail any of these picks, make sure you're doing so on Pickett. Use code BDGE when you sign up. It is absolutely free to sign up, so make sure to sign up on Pickett with code BDGE. Down below, you'll be able to tell my picks, you'll be able to tell Nick's picks, you'll be able to tell Jamo's picks, anyone in the BG community. You'll be able to tell Luke's picks on Pickett at KC Luke, so make sure to go check out any of our picks, as well as you'll get a free $3 or $100. Some people do get the random $100 or $3, either one. Make sure to go sign up on Pickett down below.
Austin Ekeler over 2.5 receptions. Last week, the Lions running backs combined for 14 receptions. Gibbs had 10 and David Montgomery had 4. Some of that can be
attributed. And their yards on it was nuts.
Yeah, no, I think they hit Gibbs might have hit the under on his receiving yards, and he had 10 receptions.
Yeah, I mean, he set the record for the fewest amount of yards with 10 receptions. They gave 31 total yards on 10 receptions, which is nuts. If you saw a running back had 3.1 yards per carry, you'd be like, wow, that still stinks. Imagine on a catch, that's even crazier.
Yeah, to be fair, catches for running back, it's not the talent with Gibbs. So most of those he was probably just getting he's catching it and just getting smacked right away. But
100%.
But I like Ekeler because he's probably going to be on the field a ton if they are down. And he hit this in 50% of games last year. So pretty even hit rate there. And I think he'll be used a lot around the line of scrimmage, especially with Micah Parsons roaring at Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I'm really excited to see this D-line versus the Commanders' O-line, because coming into the year, obviously they made the upgrade with Laramie Tunsil, but I still think there's a lot of question marks on this O-line, so I'm very excited to see how they hold up and how Jaden Daniels can evade the pressure of a Micah Parsons and such, like he did against Abdul Carter this weekend. But yeah, I like that play a lot. It's just the opposite of my play. If you want to take the other side, that's perfectly fine. The other play I have is Jordan Love, who's been hot to go under half an interception. You're probably like, gut. That's kind of spicy. He's a gunslinger. Wrong. He has not had an interception in 8 of his last 9 games. You wouldn't believe it. I promise it's the truth. 8 of his last 9 games, he's not thrown a pick. I understand that's going back to last season, but even last season, he was hurt. He was banged up. You'd expect him to throw a ton of picks. He just doesn't, especially because I don't think they're going to be down much in this game at all. He saw very limited passing attempts last game. If I'm not mistaken, I think he threw 22 exactly last game because they're going to feed Josh Jacobs. They're going to be up in this game. Like we said, we took the 3.5. We're taking this side of the spread. I think either way, even if they're down, they're going to feed Josh Jacobs against this Commanders D-line. So I think Josh Jacobs is going to see a ton of carries. I don't think this is going to be a Jordan Love sling it 35 times game. Now, I think he could see some chunk yardage plays for sure. But also this Commanders secondary, like I said before, does not scare me in the slightest. Unless there's a tipped ball happening, I just don't see him throwing in harm's way. He was 16 for 22 this weekend versus a very decent or very, on paper, good Detroit Lions defense. So we should see him be pretty safe with the ball. He's been good with that. He's been good with that the past half season, dating back to last season. I think Jordan Love protects it really well here today, and I think we see a bigger Josh Jacobs day, and just Jordan Love keep it out of harm's way.
Yeah, I like that as well. Like we said, we're playing game script here a lot. We think the Packers are going to be up and the Commanders are going to be down, so Josh Jacobs is going to tote the rock a lot. This Commanders defense is not good. Oh, another reason why I think they're fraudulent. Another reason why we're on Packers minus 3.5. So I like that as well.
Just so much. The Commanders fans are not going to be happy.
This is a Commanders hate page.
Not. They're not going to be happy.
Hate page. We haven't said a single nice thing about them.
Listen, Jaden's great. You got that. That's nice. And Bill's projected from everything I've seen from metrics and everything. Bill should have a decent day if he gets the carries. The problem is I don't know if he's going to get the carries. I don't know what this offense really is yet, and I don't want to be betting on an offense that I'm very unsure of. I don't even know if I'm starting him in fantasy. I probably should, but I don't know. Anyway, first touchdown score. If you had to put a name to it, who do you think it is, and what odds are we getting it at? I'll tell you the odds. I'm on MGM right now. You give me your first touchdown score. We'll lock in yours. I'll give you mine, and we'll see if one of us hits this week. So far, I'm 0 for 1 on first touchdown scores, but we can change that really fast. Oh, by the way, I didn't even recap us last week. Friday, someone commented on the video, did you guys even hit anything? We fucking swept Friday. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But we cooked. Yeah. You want to hate? We cooked on Friday. Thursday was Jalen Carter was ruled out within the first second of the game. Didn't expect that to happen. Anyway, but we did pretty decent for the most part. And Friday, we absolutely cooked. And Sunday, I cooked. If you checked out the Twitter and you checked out the videos beforehand, I went up 5 units this weekend. How you doing? Anyway, first touchdown score, who do you got?
I'm going to go with the Rook Matthew Golden. I know they didn't get him super involved last week, but I like to have a little bit of fun with these. It wouldn't surprise me if on the first drive of the game, they were like, we just drafted this guy in the first round and we gave him 2 targets. Like, that's abysmal. So I think Matthew Golden will get in the first touchdown this game.
I like that play a lot. I do like that play a lot. I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to go a different route and a shocking route, and that's going to be Dontavian Wicks. And you're probably like, Gutters, what are we doing with Dontavian Wicks? Because Dontavian Wicks is still seeing routes run. He's still running routes out there. And he's running routes near the goal line. That's the biggest thing. He obviously ran not the same amount of routes, but he ran this 3rd most routes on the team. Dobbs ran the most. Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed ran the same amount. And then Dontavian Wicks, so technically 4th on the team. But he's running them... He's running a lot of vertical routes and a lot of in-breaking routes. In-breaking routes are great for a catch and run. His A-dot was 13.5. He could easily see a post route, a dig route, any of these sort of routes and break one and find his way in. Dontavian Wicks is a go up and get it guy. If his hands have improved at all, which I'm praying they have, he could be a real threat. And I really like him going forward. He was a great prospect that I liked. And I think he has the talent there. He just needs to catch the fucking ball. And if he catches the ball, he can definitely make plays happen. And we're getting it at fantastic value. As we know from every single season with Jordan Love so far, he spreads the ball out. There is not going to be a 1 in this offense. So trying to bet on a 1 in this offense, I feel it could be a mistake because they spread the ball out so much. What was it? What was the exact stat I had? I pulled it up when I was in the office. Out of his 16 completions, there was 10 different players with receptions. Out of 16 passes that were completed, 10 of them were different players. So there's no true one in this offense. Dontayvion Wicks saw 2 of them. Jalen Reed saw 3 of them. Dobbs saw 2 of them. Kraft saw 2 of them. Golden saw 2 of them. You never know. And I think Dontayvion Wicks could find his way in. And for the value of 25 to 1, I'm going to take that every single time.
Bro's talking about value. Bro's talking about value. Doesn't even take Bo Melton.
Yeah, that's bars in fact. Talking about value. Not even reaching down to Ben Sims. Shout out Ben Sims and Malik Heath.
No Luke
Savion
Musgrave
Williams,
action.
low key, could get an end around and find his way in. Anyway, that's what we're gonna take. Sorry if you're a Commanders fan and came into this video expecting us to really Commanders +3. Sadly, you're not on the right page, but that's okay. We have next week, and we have more from here. And if the Commanders win, you are more than welcome to come shit on me in the comments and call me stupid and my mustache is funny and I look like Benson Boone. Those are all acceptable comments, and they would be fair, and I've heard them all, but it is what it is. With that being said, thank you as always. If you want to check out Luke on his accounts, they will be in the description down below like they were last time. So go check out his X, go check out his TikTok. He makes great content over there. For me, you know where to find me at. So again, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, all to the fun shit down below, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.